Hi everyone, my name is Liat, and as Oren said, I'm joining you from WIX. We're really excited to be speaking to fellow startups from Israel who are focusing on the e-commerce market, much like ourselves. I'm sure most of you are familiar with WIX. We're a cloud development platform. We allow creators, businesses, and brands to build whatever they need online. So today we have over 180 million users around the world, over 5 million premium users, and over 500,000 active selling stores around the world. So we're here to meet with you today. We love supporting other startups who are active in the e-commerce industry, and of course, Israeli startups in general. Actually, we know some of you, and we'd also like to invite all of you to join our app market. So today, WIX has an app market that allows other brands and businesses to integrate with us and be part of our ecosystem. We have around 260 apps today in our app market. So you guys can do the math. If we're talking about 180 million users, that's a huge, huge opportunity for you. And it's also a great way for us to extend the services and offerings that we provide to our users and allow them to integrate all of the functionality that they need for their businesses. So I'm sure most of you are familiar with WIX in terms of website building, but today we offer a complete e-commerce solution. So whether you're a startup looking to open an e-commerce business, a retail business who's looking to move online, or an e-commerce business already selling millions of dollars online, you can launch, manage, and scale with WIX. So we look forward to hearing what the rest of you are up to, and we will share our contact details for you to apply to our app market. So feel free to take those details, or I'm sure Oren will be able to share them with you guys later, and reach out to us if you're interested.
But I'll take it from here to Mati Ram, the CEO and founder of Adscale. Mati, the stage is yours.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you. My name is Mati Ram, I'm the CEO of Atscale. And I'm going to show you today how you can get supercharged results with advertising by leveraging the power of your store's data. So just please confirm that you can see my presentation.
Yes, it is. Fine.
Okay, great, thanks. So Adscale is an easy-to-use AI platform that takes the hard work out of creating and optimizing campaigns across Google Shopping, Google Search, Remarketing, Facebook, and Instagram. We leverage the power of your customer data together with our technology in order to provide you with an amazing return on advertising spend. Just put it simply, just like having a team, dedicated team of campaign managers who knows your customers and knows your business, and never takes their eyes out of the campaigns and never go to sleep and never take vacations. So it's about something like that. Before I'll explain what's so special about us, I'd like to start with a small explanation about how advertising is being done today. And today, most of advertising is being based on a pixel that you deploy on your website, Google Pixel and Facebook Pixel. This pixel actually records the events like the visitors, the warm visitors, the purchases, the abandoned carts, and later on uses that in order to target these people and to target the people that are similar to them, which is the nice and basic thing or basic way of doing advertising. What we propose is to take your advertising to the next level, and we do that with technology and with unique data signals. Now let's start with the unique data signals that we have. Having the fact that we are integrated with WIX, we get from the WIX store platform information about orders, customers, and products. We use that information in order to get much more insights about your business. So as opposed to the pixel data, or on top of the pixel data, I should say, we know more. We know who are the people, and we know what do they buy, and when they buy, and for how much. and how many pieces and where do they live, because we have the shipping address and much more information that helps us to create customer profiles. Having the customer profiles, we can start creating statistics about the customer behavior, like what is the customer lifetime value, what is the repurchase frequency, what is the repurchase rate. By the way, these statistics later on have tremendous impact on your revenue. I will discuss it later on. Having the fact that we can have statistics enables us to segmentize the customers into homogeneous groups based on their consumption behavior. So we are not just targeting all the purchases as one mix. We distinguish between repeat customers, high AOV customers, high revenue customers in LA versus high revenue customers in New York, etc., etc. The segmentation enables us to be much more accurate. We can get statistics for each and every segment and understand how many people are in this segment and what is their purchasing behavior. More than that, we can get all kind of insights about the Pareto. What is the percentage of people that generate 70 or 80% of the revenue? And we can run simulations like what happens if we reduce the repurchase frequency from 160 days to 120 days. By how much will we increase our revenue if we do that? And if we want to get to 120 days, who are the customer segments that are buying more frequently than 120 days that we should target in order to achieve that goal and get the additional $2 million revenue in the end of the year? So we use a bunch of information that cannot be retrieved from the pixel, and we use it in our system in order to be more accurate with it. How do we do that? Adscale basically combines both pixel information and store data information. We analyze the data and extract insights from that data, and we later on inject the insights into the advertising channel. So put it simply, how do you do that? In order to advertise with Adscale, you don't have to be a marketing guru. You don't have to hire an expensive agency. You just follow a simple wizard, very simple wizard. You tell us what are your goals, like where would you like to advertise, and the system will tell you what are the recommended products in order to maximize your revenue in the locations that you want to advertise to. Who are the audiences that you need to target in order to maximize your revenue? And within 3 or 4 steps, you're going to get automatically campaigns across Google Shopping. We create a merchant center automatically for you. Google Search, remarketing, Facebook and Instagram, new traffic and remarketing. It's all going to be created automatically for you. You don't have to do anything beyond the completion of a short wizard. So within minutes, your store is there with advertising on products and on homepage and on collections like no human can. In the second stage, we will optimize your campaigns without getting too much into the mathematics. We use linear regression in order to identify your advertising behavior. We generate a distribution for each and every campaign. And based on that, we generate predictions that automatically sets the budgets and the bids and shifts budgets from Facebook to Google, from Google to Facebook, from campaign A to campaign B, from channel A to channel B, in order to maximize your revenue. The system monitors the auction 24 hours a day, making sure that your interests are our best priority and making sure that you will maximize your revenue in the given budget. In the third stage, and I'll keep it short, I know that I have another just 1 or 2 minutes. On the third stage, we will provide you with reporting on one dashboard for your entire advertising across all the channels. You can slice and dice the data and understand your advertising process. So as a last slide, why would you like to advertise with Adscale? You get more accurate advertising with smarter budget investment. You invest less work. You don't have to hire expensive media agency. You just use the system and it does the work for you. And in the end of the day, it all comes to money. So you get more revenue and better return on your advertising spend. So thank you for the opportunity to be here today. And Oren, I hand it over back to you.
Great, Mati, few more questions for you. I mean, if we're already here and we have a few minutes more, so I would like to hear your opinion about what's going on next on the social networks. Which kind of channels you see developing better? Which one of the challenges you see you can see a better ROI? And if you have any other insights about what's going on next, it would be great to hear. And by the way, everyone which is interested to ask questions along the sessions, you can ask us in the chat and we'll deliver it to the speaker. So, Mati.
I think that in the midterm, what we see is that both Google and Facebook are trying to get into the Amazon area. Facebook launched Facebook Shops. It's not yet operational in Israel, but in the United States, we have already moved 1,000 of our customers to Facebook Shops. Facebook Shops is a kind of an internal marketplace within Facebook. So you can see that both Facebook and Google, that by the way, in the United States is in the last 2 years in deep testing of a different kind of Google shopping in which you can buy directly from Google. So it's not that you click on the product and you go to the website. You click on the product and you complete the purchase with Google, and the same with Facebook Shops. I think that both Google and Facebook are becoming a kind of a marketplace by their own and trying to grab some of the traffic that goes to Amazon. If I have to mention like the most important move, I think this is the one. I'm not sure that we will see the impact of that in 2021, at least not in Israel, maybe to some extent in the US. But looking 3 to 5 years down the road, I think that is going to be a substantial move.
All right, that's great and very interesting. What you can tell us a little bit about your collaboration with WIX and some suggestions that you can maybe give to early stage startups that would like to work and make better collaboration and expand themselves.
So first of all, we have great relationships with WIX. We've given the opportunity to advertise both on Google and Facebook for WIX customers. So I pretty much think that we are the only app over there that is doing both Google and Facebook. So it's a great opportunity for us. I think that the main thing that I need to mention for WIX customers is to be patient, because when it comes to advertising, it takes time. It takes time to build the audience. It takes time to start creating the data in order to allow systems like us to have some basis that we can use in order to create a better performance on advertising. I see many stores that are looking at the short term, and it's quite hard to look at the short term. You need to allow yourself some time in order to gather the required information and be successful. So I think that patience is my main recommendation. Besides that, I think it's important to advertise both on Google and Facebook. You have to remember that there are kind of walls between Google and Facebook. Google doesn't know what Facebook is doing. Facebook doesn't know what Google is doing. And you need to be able to advertise on both and, target people on Google and later on remarket for them on Facebook and vice versa. So if you advertise across all channels, which is shopping, search, remarketing on Google, Facebook, and Instagram, you're going to get better exposure and you're going to meet your customers wherever they are.
Mati, I think that like what you guys are doing is great. You know that we love you guys at WIX. I love the statement about the patience. I think that 2020 has been a crazy year for a lot of businesses, certainly in the space of e-commerce. There's been so much growth in shopping demand, but not every business has been ready to deal with that increase in demand. And I think that tools like yours are really helping e-commerce businesses figure out how to get into that advertising space. and also how to compete, right? Because no one talks about the fact that that increase in demand actually makes it harder to advertise because there are so many other e-commerce businesses alongside you. I think the going back to the patience thing, you know, if you were doing it yourself, it would take so much longer, it would be so much harder. And I think that kind of maybe that expectation of, great, I connected this thing, it's just going to work. So definitely the education piece that goes alongside that is so important. And I think like going into 2021, a lot of our focus certainly with our businesses is really on this stage now of the business, right? Like everyone dealt with the shock of 2020. You're online, your store is up and running, you're functioning. Now we need to get serious about, you know, how you build your traffic, how you convert customers better, which channels are you using, which ones are you connecting. So I have to ask now, and this is also selfishly for us because I would love to see it connected there. But what about some other channels? So maybe like a TikTok coming.
Yes, it's on the roadmap. There's so much you can do in a certain time, but to be honest, I have a meeting with TikTok on Thursday. They just contacted us, so we're going to start talking to them, and there will be more channels coming in. So definitely, it's something that it's on the roadmap. If I look at and I fully agree with everything you said, Liat. I think that maybe another thing I want to add to the table, which is it is a huge revolution that is going to come next year. But I don't know how many people are familiar with that. But in 2022, Google Chrome is going to wipe out the third-party cookie. So all the data that we have about customers, about their behavior on the website, we're not going to get it anymore. Now, this revolution has already started because Fox has already, wiped it out, and Safari wiped it out, and Google is already announced a long time ago that they are going to do it as well, which means that there is even more importance to start using your first-party data in advertising, because if you start using your first-party data, your store data in advertising today, when the change will come, you're not going to be impacted dramatically because you're going to have so much data that you can analyze and later on target, that the impact of this huge change on your business will be minimal. If you wait for the last minute and say, okay, we have another year to go, let's deal with that when it comes, I think it's going to be more difficult because there will be solutions, both from Facebook and Google, but these solutions will be much more black box solutions, and I think a bit less accurate. So that's another important part that I haven't mentioned, and I think advertisers needs to start considering that today.
Great, Mati. Thanks for the insights. And I would like to thank you, and I would like to the invitation for Sivan. Sivan, CEO and founder of RAD. RAD is a smart video technology for boosting e-commerce user-generated content, turning influencers into immediate brand ambassadors. Sivan, you have the stage.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, great.
Amazing. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's very exciting for us to present to this amazing community. So as Oren mentioned, I'm co-founder and CEO of RAD, an e-commerce startup that is helping brands boost the power of online of influencers and customers via measurable and live stories. Sorry, can't see where I'm clicking. Okay, so from what we've noticed after speaking to dozens of online brands and working with some top tier brands, online brands are constantly seeking for ways to boost user-generated content and influencer marketing, but have not found a tool that is seamless and helpful enough for that purpose. Our solution, RAD, is combining the power of online brands with influencer affiliation. Our product is helping brands for the first time to select, monitor, and and monetize customers and influencers by offering a live and interactive purchase experience that is pushing the social influence all the way to the point of purchase. We've noticed, especially in 2020, that many brands are looking for innovative solutions now that everyone is shopping online. And this is how it works. Customers and influencers can apply to become brand ambassadors directly on the online store. They're then granted access to our platform where they can begin creating awesome stories for their favorite brands and earning them money for each and every purchase done via their stories. We've also added the live feature that is allowing the influencers to invite their followers for a live session directly on the online store. And this is a demo of how it looks like on one of our customers, barrym.com. And on the customer side, the customers enjoy a seamless and easy to use dashboard that is allowing them to create their own pool of influencers and view the complete analytics of the entire story funnel, including the views, the clicks, the purchases, and more. This is a selection of our customers, some of which are top-tier brands. And this is a little of what they're saying about us. Barrym, as mentioned, is a UK cosmetics leader, an online brand, of course. And that said, Red solved a major problem of how to seamlessly stream high-quality video content to our site. We also launched in the US a few months ago, and we are now live on Lal Anthony, a superstar influencer and brand owner that has over 10 million followers and said, this is brilliant, we need it ASAP, the first time we met. We're also working on some long-term collaborations with companies such as Shadowfly that has been mentoring us and said we've created an exciting customer experience, and eBay that said that Red is an extremely promising e-commerce startup. We have a long line of features that we are now adding to our platform, including the social basket. That means that our stories will appear directly on the shopping cart, bringing the social influencers all the way to the point of purchase, as mentioned. Our numbers are skyrocketing with a conversion number that starts at 10% and is 27% on average. We're a team of 3. I'm the co-founder and CEO, an experienced digital marketer and serial entrepreneur. Natalie is our co-founder and CMO. She is London-based, and Beth is our co-founder and CTO, highly experienced tech lead and a full stack developer. This is a little of what large brands have said about us right from the start. We are now launching the next version of our product, hopefully with these and more. A little about our competitive advantage. It is a UGC video marketing tool that is both gamified, giving social proof to each and every purchase, and of course, our live option. We have already partnered with some very exciting companies, and thank you very much. I'd be happy to show a new video that we just launched, because I think I have the time for it. Passing the stage to Emma.
This is Emma, your customer. She's got lots of followers on her social channels. She adores your brand and wants to help spread the word about your amazing products. What if Emma's love for your brand could be used to drive quality traffic to your site and increase purchases? Introducing RAD. We help online stores improve overall performance thanks to our powerful stories. For the first time, you can seamlessly enjoy a truly exciting new customer experience that is based on live and measurable shoppable stories that bring social influence all the way to the point of purchase, turning your most loyal customers into your brand ambassadors. Our platform generates insightful analytics so you can closely monitor story performance. Oh, and there's just one more thing. E-commerce brands that have integrated RAD see typical conversion increases of over 10%. Very cool, right? We know. Join the future of e-commerce. Join RAD.
Thank you very much.
Great. So someone else has more questions, but I would like to have your opinion about, I mean, what you're seeing now on this social marketing. How do you see startups come into this? If someone can, yeah, mute themselves, that's great. I mean, we have two sides here. We have the consumers that are very into the social network, very into engaging and sharing with the friends. And on the other hand, we have the brands that have very, strict ways to market and very, ordinary channels. How do you see the retailers combining social marketing within their channels? And how do you see the consumers heading? I mean, which kind of verticals they would like to approach? We know cosmetics is very strong around influencers and social. Which kind of verticals you see that they're going to flourish on the next few months or so?
Yeah, great question. So from what I'm seeing, brands are very excited about user-generated content. And the first brands that we started working with are mostly in cosmetics and fashion, because obviously their branding, their images, their videos are highly visual, and they receive a lot of reviews, and a lot of stories already are made on their Instagram and different channels, TikTok and so on. So this is the industry that we started working with, but of course we see a lot of other industries that are interested in boosting UGC, boosting influencer, adding innovation to their sites. We started working with the food industry, actually, a lot of beer companies and all kinds of companies that rose during the COVID time. So you will be able to see our stories on a lot of exciting new e-commerce brands. And yeah, I feel like really it's an endless opportunity, with brands beginning to understand more and more that the power of the people, the power of the customers is the strongest. And of course, anyone can be an influencer today. So it's only very natural for them to include it in the store itself, where it can increase the engagement and of course ultimately the conversion. So yeah.
Sivan, first of all, I love what you guys are doing. I think it's a really, really amazing solution. I think, influencer marketing has definitely taken off. The really interesting thing for us to see growing this year has been the use of so many, I'll say, smaller brands and businesses of influencers, right? It's no longer something that's just for the big brands and companies. Really, any e-commerce business can make use of influencers, and also of micro influencers, right? I think sometimes we say influencers, we expect these like half celeb kind of people, not necessarily. And like talking of the verticals, so, we've seen some crazy examples this year of businesses using influencers in totally unexpected ways. I'll say like one that was really great. We saw a frozen pizza company who used an influencer. They used somebody who does really like sports influencing on YouTube, but likes to eat pizza while they watch sports. This was the most amazing collaboration. They saw like this huge spike in sales. It was amazing. So I think off of that, what are you guys thinking in terms of matching? Because I think like the real challenge for the smaller businesses or e-commerce starting out with influencers is figuring out like, how do I get an influencer? Like, I know I want to do this. I know there's potential here. How do I find one that's potentially right for my brand, my business, my audience?
Yeah, it's a really good question, actually. So We started out with relatively large brands. Strategically, that's what we aimed, and also we saw that mostly the large brands are the ones that already have the collaboration with the influencers, and usually a large-scale influencers with a large follower base. As for the smaller brands, that's a great question. We're integrating our product on Shopify these days, actually. So yeah, we are allowing the option to send out emails, to reach out via the platform, and of course to share the stories. So there are a lot of options for finding influencers that are right for the brand. But I think that what's most interesting about our product is that anyone can become an influencer. As you said, now anyone can be an influencer. And for the brands, it's a win-win solution when the customers become the influencers, and a lot of customers don't have a large influencer base, but they're super excited about the product. And so they may create even more thoughtful stories and TikToks than any influencer. So yeah, so I think all options are viable in our platform.
This is great. Sounds very interesting. And Sivan, I'm sure you're in the right place. Social marketing is just getting stronger and stronger. And I'm sure that the retailers have a lot to learn, you know, on these territories. And so thank you very much, Sivan.
Thank you so much.
And we would like to go forward to Fuse AR. I would like to invite Liat Sternberg, CEO and founder of Fuse AR. Fuse AR is an innovative company, allows brands to bring new value to the consumers, new data to the brands, and new ability to create significant organic reach and ROI. Fuse AR has patented AR platform that is redefining the way people socially react to media by letting them integrate themselves into branded video content. The proprietary AI video technology analyzes and syncs content automatically and seamlessly without any human interaction. So Liat, you got a stage.
Yeah. Hi, and hello from LA.
All right.
Nearly 1 a.m. now, so we're
Wow.
going to test my ability to present.
Thank you for your time.
In this time. Thank you for having us, and pleasure to be with you. As mentioned, Fuse AR, we are an augmented reality content platforms. And basically, we bring accessible and affordable AR activation into any brands. Our first customers were big customers like Coca-Cola, Paramount, Warner Brothers, radio station here in the US. But lately, with the COVID-19, we also launched new activation for SMBs and even brands with 5,000 followers on Instagram can be a great customer and use augmented reality in order to enjoy and lift his results. One of the things that we mainly understand and we mainly see is that the brands that are using augmented reality and using Fuse AR lower the cost per click on their paid advertisement, get unlimited of organic reach. And with the bigger brands, we already experience situation where, let's speak about Sonic. You can see that here in the picture. This specifically activation reached more than 8 million action, meaning more than 8 million video views, like, comment, share over social platforms, and everything was organic without any influencer or without any paid ads, just by taking your great customers and great ambassador and let them enjoy and lead your brands in social platforms. Why are we basically doing that? We understood that Gen Z today and millennials are a bit tired from advertisement, and they're basically blind to that. All the changes of the algorithm on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and other platforms basically killed all the engagement. Even if I will ask each and every one of you, what are the latest advertisement that you have seen on your Instagram feed or Facebook feed? Most likely that the answer will be, we don't remember. And this is where we step in. We bring this new augmented reality activation and paid ads into your channels, into your audience, and basically help you to be in a much better position for your product discovery and a much higher chance for someone to buy your product. Why are we doing that differently? If we're speaking about augmented reality, and if we will analyze the market, then the first response will be, okay, that is very expensive. Either you have to go to studio and create a very unique content, or you have to learn how to use Spark AR or Lenses, which is a different platform for Snapchat, or do I have to create another development on my app or on my website? And that is the usual process when we are speaking about augmented reality. What we are doing is basically we enable you to bring this solution without any implementation, without any new creation, based on the content which you already have. We take any image or two-dimensional videos, we automatically abstract the main object of your content, and then enable through different solution your client, your ambassadors, your consumers to create new kind of short videos and to share them over social platforms. I want to show you one example from Old Spice. That was a commercial which was produced for the television. Within less than 2 minutes, this commercial was uploaded to our software. We automatically, without any human intervention, abstract the Old Spice guy from the original commercial. And again, that can be even an image. And then fans just create a very cool short videos of themselves together with the Old Spice guy. This specific example is also from the UK, and share that. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, any social platforms, even messaging can be a great tool. Once the consumers are leading this kind of content, all the organic, all the reach is organic, and obviously the engagement is very high because, you know, each and every one of my friends will ask me how come the Old Spice guy was in my living room. This Old Spice example reached to 50% of engagement rate, meaning 1 out of 2 persons actively react to the content. It doesn't matter on which platforms we are speaking, people like, comment, share, view that more than 3 seconds. If we'll take the social profiles of Old Spice, the engagement rate is on the average of 1%. We brought them to 50% in just a few days based on the content which they already had. They didn't have to do anything or produce any kind of content in order to lead this kind of activation. How the process is working, very shortly, this is based on Head & Shoulders and Antonio Griezmann. The player, again, took the Instagram stories that Head & Shoulders produced for the Instagram account, upload that into a website. Our website is creating this new kind of object, and then we automatically can implement this object into your Instagram account or Snapchat account, where your users and your followers will be able to create their own videos with the new augmented reality assets. Even if you have any images and not a video, we have a tool and we can create this 3D new model and automatically add different kind of animated, call it animated tweak, in order to make it more fun for your consumer to be engaged in it. So it's not that you have to produce video. Any kind of image, any kind of image of your product can be an object of augmented reality object and enable your consumers to create very cool and kind new videos starting tomorrow without any special efforts. This is an example which we just launched in New York. What you are basically seeing is a very short, it's an image of a jewelry, which we took from the Instagram account of this SMB, which is located in New York. And on the Instagram account, on the same profile of the brand, you can even try the different jewelries. And again, use the same content which was posted to Instagram and enable all of this followers of this small jewelry brand to try these new jewelries before they will decide if to buy it or not. Sorry. If we are speaking about different images, and we'll wrap with that, with this one, your images, your video, they have many elements. Sometimes we are not even aware of how creative we can be in these elements. That can be a doll, or that can be sunglasses, or even a headband. Anything can be automatically abstract. Anything can be automatically bring new life to your brand and take each and every one of your followers and consumers to be a great ambassadors and help you to lift your results. Thank you.
That was brilliant, Liat.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, we practically, I've been seeing you, we know for about 2 or 3 years, yeah, and I've been seeing how this process is going on and how, I mean, your platform is evolving, and it's great to see. And the next question I would like to ask you is, where actually we're heading? It's kind of a media combining with personal videos, combining with, I don't know, some kind of environment or concept. So where do you see those things heading, and who do you think is going to lead? Are there going to be influencers that are more like media? Are there going to be some kind of, I don't know, companies that will take this channel and create something on top of it? Or where do you see this heading?
If you speak about augmented reality in general, and I'm speaking about augmented reality and not virtual reality, I think
and the combination of it.
Yeah, I think we're going to meet this in our everyday life. I think the Gen Z is already using that every day. If you'll just look at the result of Snapchat in the last quarter and how our Gen Z is basically using Snapchat, each and every one of the leading platforms already enable augmented reality solution on their platforms. The main problem that we have now is that the product is still, augmented reality is still in a very first stages, meaning for a brands or for a small medium business, it's still too complicated to take that into his brand. And this is where, by the way, we step in order to bring a very simple either API or Instagram profile and enable all of the brands and all of the companies to enjoy that. And this is where we are heading to. And if we'll take about, speak about advertisement in general, we started with text, Google search and text. This was evolved into banners. This was evolved into videos. And the next generation is going to be augmented reality. And I think that brands and businesses that will, realize that this is the time and great opportunity to do it and to do it first, will also gain a lot of strength moving here forward. So I don't think there is better time than today to start and explore this augmented reality, even though it's, it's new technology and some of us might be a bit, afraid of trying and testing that. There are many solutions, by the way, not just Fuse AR. I think that our core is with our ability to use pre-created content and enable each and everyone to use any photo that we have on our, iPhone gallery in order to create an object for augmented reality. But that will open the market, and that will make, by the way, each and every one of us, we are consumers of so many brands, and we are the great ambassadors of our brands. So we spoke about leading influencers with 10 million followers or 50 million followers. With Sonic, we've seen just the fans of Sonic creating thousands of videos and sharing that. And this is the best way for us to know, obviously, now, that the product itself, if my friend is the one that giving me advice of buying that, most likely that I will buy that because it's authentic, it's original, and it's organic.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. I think that, for D2C brands today, obviously marketing channels and paid channels are important, but at the end of the day, your real asset is your existing customer base. So anything you can do to leverage that customer base, to buy more, spread the word, expose your brand and product to other people is ultimately your greatest tool that you have. I love this concept of the product placement, like the thing that you had there with the jewelry, with either just trying it on, or if you find a creative way to get people to share that. I think it's genius. I agree with you. It's definitely, the future as we move forward. And this year has changed so much about how people interact online, not only how they shop, but how much time we have to spend online, where we get our recommendations from, how we research the products that we're going to buy. And I think what you guys are doing is amazing. It's really, bringing those brands to people in the places that they actually engage and trust. So I'd love to see where this goes. It's really, really.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Liat. We definitely going to be interesting, and the AR is coming in strongly. So thank you very much. And now we would like to move forward to Polaris. And I would like to invite Amir Barhak, CEO and founder. Polaris creates a new way to consume content and shop on mobile. Automatically turn your images, videos, and text into a story format. Provide your audience with the user experience they really want. Upgrade the interaction to generate additional revenues. So Amir, the stage is yours. Take it from here.
Thank you very much. A pleasure to meeting here. Please let me know if you see my screen.
Yes, we do.
Perfect. We are Polaris. We established before 2 years ago, and we are 3 co-founders, me, Nerit, and Arik. And when we established Polaris, we saw in the social media ecosystem 3 key factors in the success of the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and etc. The first one is the personalization. You and I are seeing on the social media apps different feeds and content based on our previous interest and engagement. The second one is the relevancy, that each time we click on our Instagram app, we can get new content, and it feels like it's constantly updating, and it's basically the source of the FOMO. We will never see stories that we have seen before. And the third key is the visualization that helps to get the users to focus on a specific product or message. With Polaris, we took 3 of them, and we create a solution for the brands and content websites, but for e-commerce ecosystem that manage the stories format to their websites. The bottom line is the product is automatic updates the highlighted products to a stories format. The personalization is based on 3 key factors. The first one is the category that the user right now is over there. The second one is that the engagement history of the user with our solution. And the third one is the dynamic content for each time that the user will engage with our solution. I will show you how it works with our solution right now. When we are serving 85 million users per month with our solution, with 50 brands from all over the world, from the US, from Europe and Israel, like Renoir, Lalin, Snuva, Skin, Jade, and etc. Here is the solution on a Skin website. You can open it from your mobile device, Skin Worldwide. With our solution, we can engage with the users with the circles over here on the top of the page. Every circle represents a category. You can click on the circle here and it will open the story format. All of this created by our algorithm. You can swipe between categories or tap between products. If you will swipe up, you will move forward to the product page, and over here you can buy the product or to move forward to the funnel with the stories, like here, with the stories format over here in the top, or with the rectangles in the bottom of the you may also like. It's personalized for each user, and we can create this format that will match to the history engagement of the user with the stories visualization and with the stories content. We have also dashboard to analyze all the statistics and analytics and to edit stories with our solution, or to add manual stories to the brand. Of course, we can integrate with Google Analytics and other statistics and analyze the platforms. For example, here are some results from Google Analytics of one of our brand. You can see over here with Polaris GTM, with all the events, we increase the conversion rate by almost 20%, and we can increase the revenues of the website. In the bottom line, we can give the end user a new and better way to consume the products of the website. And for the brand, we can increase the conversion rate and the revenues of the mobile website. Here's some results from a Skin website. Skin is a direct-to-customer website from the US for 2.5 million page views per 4-month period. We increased the conversion rate by 28% and decreased the bounce rate of the website, of the mobile website, for 58%. We increased the revenues by 56K per this period. The integration is very simple. We can integrate with any data source like Facebook or Google Feed API like JSON, RSS, etc. And the implementation is one line of JavaScript code in the head and one line of JavaScript code in the body. We can integrate with any platform, e-commerce platform. We will be an app of Shopify by this month. And we will integrate with the WooCommerce and Magento. We can work right now with Magento, with WooCommerce, with BigCommerce, and with Shopify. We have a few customers from WIX also. You can try right now the solution on Skin, Renoir, or Lalin, for example. You can scan the QR codes and try it from your mobile. Thank you very much. Here is on Renoir, for example, with the cover images.
Amir,
yeah.
Let me
question.
Meanwhile, I'm a retailer. I have a website, and I'm calling you. What can you add for my website? What are the benefits that I get? And I see that it's quite fast happening. So if you can tell me a little bit about how the process is happening.
Sure. Think about that the user know how to work with the stories format from Instagram, from Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And we want to give them the stories format outside of the social media. For that, we can integrate with the websites, with the brands, and to give them the opportunity to give the end user a new and better way to consume the products on their website. It's like a new funnel, inbound funnel to the websites to more engage with the users and give them the opportunity to purchase their products from a new funnel and from a new visualization on their mobile website.
Okay, great. So basically, all the stories are creating automatically.
Yes.
Upon my customers' database and details and
when we are integrating to the brand website, it will all done automatically by our solution.
Great. So if we're thinking a little bit forward and we're here on the community together with WIX and Liat, you might have some kind of insight or additional things to say about here, but
yeah,
it's such a big community and it's such an easy thing to do. I mean, you can really leverage it here. What do you think?
Sorry that I'm jumping in there, Oren, but like I'm looking at the Skin website now. It's great. Like I love.
Thank you very much.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
so yeah, let's talk more. I think this is very interesting.
Great, thank you very much. I will be happy to talk with you.
You're taking like social and bringing it to the website. I get it. It's like my own kind of Instagram shopping experience going on there. It's very cool.
Exactly. And for the brands, we can increase the revenues and the conversion rate by one solution with the circles on the top of the page and with the rectangles in the bottom of the page. And we can integrate with the products or with the blog of the website, and to leverage both of them to a one solution for the end user.
Great. And I definitely can see how the retailers and the brands are, are more open to implement this kind of solutions, to change the UI, to give some kind of better experience for the customers, and to feel in a way different on the same platform that they're already using and they're ready to use them. So if someone else has any more questions, maybe Natalie or Liat, about one of the guests here. Anyone? All right, so I think we're fine here, and I would like to thank you very much, Amir, for the session. And
thank you very much for having us. Thank you.
And Liat, before we close the discussion, I would like to hear your insights a little bit about what we saw today. I mean, from my side, it's always getting more and more interesting. I mean, when we look at online shopping and we have so many segments, and when you drill down and you see that suddenly there's a whole different worlds under and just evolving and evolving. So if we look on the social, I mean, the influencers areas and the way that the consumers are interacting through the social platform and social network, I mean, which kind of platform you as WIX, how do you see yourself combining in this kind of trend? How do you see your customers developing in those areas? Can you tell us a little bit about it? And how was your insights from today?
First of all, I think, the entire world of online shopping has advanced so much this year in every aspect, in terms of the types and number of businesses who've had to move online and sell online, in terms of the way people shop, and also the types of customers who are shopping online and the products that people are shopping online for. And around that, you see the entire ecosystem developing and shifting, right? It's kind of sent all of us into this overdrive and hyper growth. And, I can say for WIX, and I'm sure it's true for all of the startups here, is that we're growing with our users, and as they need new things and their customers need new things, we need to be there with them and enable that. So I think people are online all the time. We're shopping for everything online, and your shopping experience needs to meet how you live, right? Like today, I think the expectation of any brand or business that you as a customer interact with is, you just need to be where I am. And maybe that means in person at a store, and maybe that means on my phone whenever I'm shopping, or on my computer. And I expect the brand to meet me in a way that's convenient for me and fits my lifestyle and the way that I want to do things. So I think the big challenge that we're seeing here, and kind of it's everywhere, is how do brands and businesses, and every brand and business, not just the big ones, but like really any e-commerce brand, how do they meet their customers online? Which channels are they using? And those channels keep developing over time. I think for all of us in e-commerce, channels and optimization is just what we do. It's a constant testing and changing, and something that works today might not work tomorrow. You have to get better all the time. You have to use new creatives and new channels and new ways of meeting the audience. So I think what everyone here is doing is amazing. I think you can see they're really there at that kind of cutting edge of where the market is and where shoppers are and where e-commerce is headed. So it's really exciting to see. And I think next year is even more interesting, right? We go from this year of, okay, we understand e-commerce is the new reality. Everybody's there, businesses are there, shoppers are there. What next? Like, how does this get better now?
Absolutely. And it was also great to see that, interesting things are happening around us, and so happy to see these guys, moving forward and developing new stuff. So it was great for me to hear all this, and I would like to thank you, Liat, and WIX team for collaborating. And I would like to thank Natalie Tene and Kfir Levy, and of course, Yasmin Elad. I would like to thank all the startups that was here, Sivan from RAD, and Amir from Polaris, and Liat from Fuse, and Mati from Adscale. And I would like to thank all the people who joined us today and listened. And we could send you more information if anyone wants some more details about what happened here, or connect with the startups. So it's going to be on our LinkedIn, and we would be happy to assist or to give any more information for anyone. So thank you all for joining us today. We have more sessions for the next 2 weeks around virtual try-on and more things around e-commerce. Stay tuned for more. And thank you all for joining us today. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for joining. Take care.